Hi my dear students, welcome to my biology class. Today we are going to learn about one of the most important events that take place during the reproductive phase of human female. So today's topic is menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is also known as ovarian cycle or sexual cycle. Ovarian or sexual cycle. The word menses means that month. It means that this particular cycle takes place or completed by 1 month. This particular cycle is not only observed in human beings but also in other primates like monkeys, gorillas, etc. The menstrual cycle is a regular recurring physiological change that is occurred during the reproductive phase of the human female. Now we are going to learn more about the events that take place during the menstrual cycle. It takes place at a regular interval of 28 or 29 days of human female. That means the completion of menstrual cycle requires approximately 1 month, 29 or 30 days. It means that the maturation of ovum, it's released from the ovary and it's rupturing. If it is not utilized for the fertilization, the total events takes place within this particular time period, so that it is called a particular cycle or the cycle that takes place or completed within 1 month. We all know that the human female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, the right ovary and the left ovary. When a child is born, she is born with 60,000 to 80,000 immature ova or primary follicles in each ovary, both in the right and left ovaries. When the girl attains puberty, each primary follicle begins to mature and it leads to ovulation. So we can say the actual reproductive phase takes place during the first menstrual cycle and the last menstrual cycle in human female. The first menstrual cycle is called menarche. First menstrual cycle is started by the onset of puberty. It is marked by the vaginal discharge of the eroded endometrial lining along with the unfertilized ovum or ruptured ovum and some mucus along with the blood. The duration of each cycle is about 28 or 29 days. Roughly we can say 1 month. So, in each month, from one of the ovaries, one primary follicle begins to mature and it leads to ovulation process. So, alternatively from both ovaries, from the right ovary and the left ovary, one will be released during once in a month. This particular cycle repeats throughout the reproductive phase of the human female and gradually it stops by the age of 45 to 50 years, and it leads to the stoppage of the menstrual cycle. It is called menopause. Menopause means a stoppage of menses or menstruation. It happens because of the unusual level or the abnormal level of the ovarian hormones. The ovarian hormones are estrogen and progesterone. The level will be decreased at this particular time period so that it cannot regulate the maturing of the primary follicle from each ovary of the female, so that it causes a stoppage of menstruation. Each menstrual cycle has 4 phases. Those are, first one, menstruation phase. The second phase is follicular phase or proliferative phase. The third phase is ovulatory phase. The fourth phase is luteal phase or secretory phase. Now let's study about the total events that take place during the menstrual cycle with the help of a diagram. Now you can observe the diagrammatic representation or the graphical representation of the total events that take place during a menstrual cycle. It is represented by using a graph with the x-axis and y-axis. The x-axis consists of the major phases that are occur during menstrual cycle. Those are the first phase, menstruation; the second phase, the follicular phase or proliferative phase; the third phase, ovulatory phase; and the fourth phase, luteal phase or secretory phase. Certain events or changes that take place during the menstrual cycle in the female reproductive system. The major changes that take place during the menstrual cycle are: the first one, uterine events or the uterine changes, the changes that are occurred in the uterus. The next one, ovarian hormones level. Ovary secretes ovarian hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Their level will be changed during the menstrual cycle. The third one, ovarian events. Ovarian events means ovarian changes. Here, the maturation of the ovum takes place in the ovary. That is the meaning of ovarian change. The next one, pituitary hormone levels. Here, the endocrine gland pituitary controls the functioning of the ovary by secreting two major hormones, the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. So, these four are the major events that take place during menstrual cycle. Now, let's study each phase in detail. First of all, menstruation. It lasts for 1 to 5 days. This particular phase is called bleeding phase. The menstruation phase is marked by the vaginal discharge of eroded endometrial lining of the uterus along with the ruptured ovum and some mucus along with the blood. That is called the bleeding phase. So, the menstruation phase is also called as bleeding phase. It lasts for 1 to 5 days. So, after this, what is the next phase? Follicular phase or proliferative phase. During this phase, proliferation of the follicular cells take place. That means the development of follicular cells around the ovum take place during this particular period. That means maturation of ovum takes place inside the ovary. We know that each ovary of the female child consists of 60,000 to 80,000 of primary follicles when the child is born. So, when the child is attained puberty, what happens? Each primary follicles begin to mature. So, what happens during maturation? The formation of more layers of granulosa cells around the primary oocyte. At the same time, what will be completed inside the nucleus? Meiosis 1 will be completed so that the primary oocyte will turn into what? Secondary oocyte. The diploid primary oocyte turns to the haploid secondary oocyte. So, what happens during this period? Proliferation of the cells. That means more follicular cells forms around the ovum. So, that this particular phase is called follicular phase. Okay, the third phase is the ovulatory phase. After the complete maturation. So, look at the diagram now. So, here in the ovarian change, so the primary oocyte gradually turns into secondary oocyte. So, what happens? The more that layers will be added so that it turns first into secondary follicle, then tertiary follicle, then matured Graafian follicle with a fluid-filled cavity and drum. So, after the complete maturation, the secondary oocyte will be released from the matured Graafian follicle. The Graafian follicle will be ruptured and the secondary oocyte is released from the Graafian follicle. This particular phenomenon is called ovulation. The first ovulation in human female child is known as the menarche. So the first menstrual cycle begins during that period. So the secondary oocyte is with the zona pellucida and the supporting cells corona radiata that is ready to complete its meiosis II and it is ready to fertilize with the sperm. So when does it happen? So this particular event, ovulation, happens when the Graafian follicle is ruptured. So how it happens? Because of a particular hormone named luteinizing hormone or LH. This LH surge, that means LH attains its peak level during the midst of the menstrual cycle. So it causes the rupturing of the Graafian follicle so that ovulation of secondary oocyte takes place. This particular period is called ovulatory phase. It happens in the midst of the menstrual cycle. But the ovulation phase is different in different women. That depends on the hormone levels in the body. Sometimes the menstrual cycle may be lengthy. Not only the 30 days, sometimes it may be extended up to 35 days or 40 days. In that particular cases, that ovulation phase is not on the 40th day. It will be according to the duration of the menstrual cycle. Okay, so the third phase is the ovulatory phase. The last phase is the secretory phase. So after the ovulation, the Graafian follicle will be changed into another structure called corpus luteum. This corpus luteum is formed with the deposition of the lipid, yellowish colored lipid inside it. So this process is called luteinization. So the structure is termed as corpus luteum. The corpus luteum has a specific function. This corpus luteum secretes progesterone hormone. This progesterone hormone is essential for the regeneration of the endometrial lining so that the endometrium of the uterus can receive the embryo during the gestation period. Here you can see the endometrium regenerates in the last phase. It is because of the hormone progesterone. So the hormone progesterone is also known as what? Pregnancy hormone. That means it helps in the maintenance of pregnancy. So at the same time, the follicular cells secretes what hormone? The hormone estrogen. So the amount of both estrogen and progesterone will be maintained in a particular level during all events in the menstrual cycle. Then look at the graph. The level of hormone estrogen will be high during the first half of the menstrual cycle. Why? Because the follicular cells secretes more estrogen during this period. So it will be maintained till the end of the menstrual cycle. But the second hormone, progesterone, that is in pink color, progesterone, the amount of progesterone, the level of progesterone is high in the second half of the menstrual cycle. Why? Because the corpus luteum secretes large amount of progesterone after its formation for maintaining the endometrial lining of the uterus. That's why the graph of these two hormones are represented like this. So what are the roles of these hormones FSH and LH? FSH and LH are the two major hormones that are secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Pituitary is one of the endocrine glands of human body. This FSH, the follicle stimulating hormone, is essential for the formation of the follicle. That's why it is known as the follicle stimulating hormone. So it helps in the maturation of the ovum. LH is called luteinizing hormone. It causes LH surge. This LH surge causes the rupturing of the Graafian follicle, induces the ovulation from the ovary. Okay, both these hormones are very essential during the completion of menstrual cycle. Okay, so what's the fate of this corpus luteum? The corpus luteum secretes progesterone. At the same time, it regresses gradually. That means it degenerates gradually. And finally, it is formed as another structure, a white body called corpus albicans. Okay, these are the major events that take place during the menstrual cycle. Now let's think about the fate of the secondary oocyte. When the secondary oocyte is released at the time of ovulation, it is received by the fimbriae of the fallopian tube. Then it is travelled through the infundibulum ampulla, and ampulla is the mid-junction of the fallopian tube, and it waits for the fertilization for the entry of the sperm at the site. If sperm does not reach at the site for fertilization at the same time or simultaneously, what will happen? The ovum will be ruptured along with the endometrial lining of the uterus and leads to menstruation. After the completion of the luteal phase, what happens? The menstruation continues. The next cycle begins. Got it? If fertilization happens, what is the fate of the secondary oocyte? The secondary oocyte will complete its meiotic division prior to fertilization so that a completely matured functional ootid will be formed. So that fertilization of the ootid and the sperm will take place at the ampulla isthmic junction so that a zygote is developed over there. So zygote undergoes division and forms as embryo, and what's the next phase? Gestation. Okay, so fertilization leads to gestation through implantation. Now you look at the board. This diagram gives a quick reference to the menstrual cycle, the 4 major events that take place during the menstrual cycle. So the first 1 to 5th day. The 1 to 5 is the menstruation days. Okay, then 6 to 13 is the follicular phase or proliferative phase. The development of the follicles and the maturation of the ovum take place. 14th day is the ovulation phase. Okay, the rest of the days is called luteal phase or secretory phase, because the secretion of what progesterone by corpus luteum takes place during this particular period. Here you look at the diagram. This is the ovulation day. So ovulation may happen either on or before 14th day. That means on or before means it may happen on 13th day or 12th day. Sometimes it may happen after the 14th day. So the fertility period during the menstrual cycle is considered as in between 10 to 17 days. 10 to 17 days. During this particular time period or during this particular days, so what happens? So ovulation may happens, so it may lead to fertilization in the fallopian tube of the female. So that this particular time period is called a fertility period. Now you have understood the topic well. You have learned about the different phases and the major events that take place during the menstrual cycle. So with this, I conclude my session. Then thank you and have nice moments.